Welcome to AI in 10. I'm Chuck Goetschel, and every day I break down the biggest AI story in just 10 minutes. What it is, why it matters, and how you can actually use it. Picture this, 4 tech giants just committed to spending $650 billion on AI infrastructure this year. That's more than most countries spend on everything. And it's happening because AI is about to get very real very fast. These aren't theoretical investments in some distant future. Amazon alone is dropping $200 billion. Google's throwing in almost $200 billion more. Microsoft and Meta are writing checks that would make lottery winners jealous. This is the biggest spending spree in tech history. And it's all happening right now. So what exactly are they building with all this money? Think of it like this. If AI models are race cars, these companies are building the highways, gas stations, and pit stops for the entire world. We're talking massive data centers that use as much power as small cities, custom computer chips designed specifically for AI, electrical grids that can handle the kind of power consumption that would make your local utility company sweat. Here's what's really happening behind the scenes. Training a single advanced AI model now costs over $100 million in computing power alone. That's like buying a private jet every time you want to teach AI something new. And once these models are trained, running them for millions of users requires even more power. Your simple conversation with an AI assistant involves dozens of powerful computers working together in a data center somewhere. The reason for this massive spending surge is simple. Bottlenecks everywhere. There aren't enough computer chips. There isn't enough electricity. There aren't enough data centers. And the demand is growing so fast that companies are basically saying, we need to build everything, and we need to build it now. This started getting crazy around 2023 when everyone realized AI wasn't just a cool experiment anymore. Companies were fighting over computer chips like they were concert tickets for the world's biggest band. Now here's where this gets interesting for your actual life. This infrastructure build-out is going to change how you work, how much you pay for things, and what's possible in your daily routine. Let's start with the good news. AI tools are about to get much cheaper and much more powerful. Imagine having a personal assistant that actually understands your schedule, your preferences, and your goals. Not just a chatbot that gives generic answers, but something that knows you need to pick up groceries on Tuesdays and that you prefer Mexican food when you're stressed. That's coming. And it's coming because of this infrastructure spending. But let's talk about jobs for a minute. This is where things get complex. AI agents powered by this new infrastructure can already handle tasks like grading papers, scheduling appointments, and analyzing data. If your job involves a lot of routine work, emails, reports, data entry, you're going to see AI doing more of that work alongside you. Here's my take. This isn't necessarily bad news. Think about what happened when calculators became common. Accountants didn't disappear. They started focusing on strategy instead of arithmetic. Same thing is happening now, just faster. But you do need to stay ahead of this curve. The people who learn to work with AI are going to have opportunities that didn't exist 5 years ago. The people who ignore it, well, they're going to find themselves competing against both other people and machines, which is like bringing a horse to a car race. Money-wise, there's a trade-off coming. AI services are going to get cheaper. Tasks that used to cost hundreds of dollars, like creating marketing materials or analyzing business data, are becoming almost free. But all this infrastructure uses enormous amounts of electricity. We're talking about data centers that consume as much power as entire cities. Somebody has to pay for that power. And that somebody is probably you through higher utility bills. Industry experts are predicting 5 to 10% increases in energy costs over the next couple of years. That might not sound like much, but it adds up when you're trying to balance a household budget. Now here's what you can actually do about all this today. You don't need to wait for these companies to finish building their infrastructure. There are tools you can start using right now to get ahead of this curve. First, experiment with the AI agents that are already available. xAI's Grok has a beta version that lets you run multiple AI agents at once. Think of it like having a team of digital assistants working together. You can have one agent researching vacation destinations while another plans your budget and a third suggests activities. It's like having a travel agency in your pocket. Anthropic's Claude Opus can now handle projects with massive amounts of information. Upload your entire collection of work documents and it can help you find patterns, write reports, or answer questions across all of them. It's like having a research assistant who never forgets anything and never needs coffee breaks. Here's something really practical you can try today. Download OpenClaw and run it on your computer. This is open source software that lets you create your own AI agents without any coding knowledge. Start small. Create an agent that helps you organize your photos or manage your grocery list. The point isn't to build something revolutionary. The point is to get comfortable with how these tools work. Second, focus on learning what I call AI prompting. This is basically the art of communicating clearly with AI systems. Sounds simple, but most people are terrible at it. They ask vague questions and get vague answers. Learning to prompt well is like learning to ask better questions. It makes everything more useful. Practice this with any free AI tool. Instead of asking, help me with my resume, try asking, review my marketing manager resume for a tech startup application, focusing on leadership experience and digital skills, and suggest 3 specific improvements. See the difference? Specific requests get specific, useful results. Third, update your professional skills. Add AI collaboration or AI prompting to your LinkedIn profile. Take free online courses about working with AI in your industry. This isn't about becoming a programmer. This is about showing future employers that you're adapting to how work is changing. Finally, prepare financially for what's coming. Energy costs are likely going up, so now might be a good time to invest in energy-efficient appliances or solar panels if that makes sense for your situation. As I always say, I am not a financial advisor, so talk to a professional about your specific situation. Also, consider that some sectors are going to benefit enormously from all this AI infrastructure spending. Energy companies, data center builders, and chip manufacturers are seeing massive demand. If you're thinking about investments or career changes, these might be areas worth researching. Here's what some experts are saying about all this. Analysts are calling this a tipping point where AI moves from being a helpful tool to being more like an autonomous worker. That sounds scary, but remember, every major technological shift creates new opportunities alongside the disruption. Mark Cuban recently said that current AI acts like a hungover intern at a $100,000 price tag. That's pretty accurate for today's AI, but this infrastructure spending is designed to change that equation completely. We're heading toward AI that's more reliable, more capable, and much cheaper to operate. That means more opportunities for small businesses and individual professionals to access tools that were previously only available to big corporations. The bigger picture here is that we're entering what some people are calling an AI arms race. These companies aren't spending $650 billion on a whim. They see what's coming, AI that can handle complex reasoning, work with physical robots, and operate across every device you own. Your smartphone is going to get AI agents, your car will have them, your home devices will run them locally. We're moving toward a world where AI assistance is as common as internet access. But here's the thing. Unlike previous tech revolutions that took decades to unfold, this one is happening in years, not generations. The infrastructure being built this year will power AI capabilities that seem like science fiction just 5 years ago. That creates both incredible opportunities and real challenges. The opportunity is that individual people will have access to capabilities that would have required entire teams of specialists in the past. The challenge is that the pace of change means you can't just wait and see what happens. The companies making these massive investments are betting that AI will become as fundamental to daily life as electricity or the internet. And based on what they're building, that bet looks pretty solid. The question isn't whether AI will transform how we work and live. The question is whether you'll be ready to take advantage of that transformation. This $650 billion infrastructure build-out is essentially these companies saying, we're not just building tools anymore, we're building the foundation for an entirely new way of working and living. And that foundation is being laid right now while most people are still trying to figure out what AI even means for them. That's today's AI in 10. If you want to go deeper and learn AI with a community of people just like you, join us at aihammock.com. I'll see you tomorrow, my friends.